This is KGW News at 11.
Thanks everyone for staying up with us. I'm Brittany Folgers. We begin tonight with another ruling today in the legal battle over Governor Kate Brown's emergency coronavirus orders. Art Edwards has a look at this next step in the legal battle.
The Oregon Supreme Court issued an order Saturday in the battle over Governor Kate Brown's stay-home order. We turn to a law professor at Willamette University College of Law to explain.
They are asking Judge Shirtcliffe from Baker County to explain his decision again, and then they will look at that explanation and decide if they should get rid of the preliminary injunction that he granted or let it stand.
Baker County Judge Matthew Shirtcliffe has until Tuesday at 5 p.m. to respond. He originally granted an injunction on May 18th that declared many of Governor Brown's orders null and void, saying they exceeded their 28-day limit set out by state law. The state Supreme Court issued a stay of Judge Shirtcliffe's ruling that same day, meaning the governor's executive order still stands. Now it's headed for the next step in court, and legal experts say things could move forward quickly.
The court's going to have sort of all of the arguments in hand by the beginning of the week after Memorial Day. And the next interesting question will be whether or not the court decides to hear oral argument in the case, or if it just decides to proceed and consider the arguments on the briefs.
An attorney for Common Sense Oregon represents several churches that are part of the legal case. Kevin Mannix says what the state's high court has done is choose a middle ground. Jeff Dobbins, a law professor at Willamette University College of Law, says the legal challenge of the governor's stay-home order is not a surprise.
That there was certainly a level of frustration that was being articulated by people like the plaintiffs in this case, and so it wasn't surprising at all to see them mount the challenge that they did in Baker County.
Governor Brown's restrictions will stay in place, at least for now. The state Supreme Court may ultimately decide if they stay that way. Art Edwards, KGW News.
Every day we say, maybe it'll be tomorrow. But when you say that for 2 months, tomorrow seems like it's never going to come, and here it is.
One county in the Portland metro got the green light to move forward with the first phase of reopening. Governor Kate Brown just announced yesterday Clackamas County could allow certain businesses to open today. Morgan Romero spoke with some businesses that chose to open up shop.
I have gloves and masks. If clients want to use them, they do not have to. I can't force them.
Hair is her therapy.
Having that ripped away sucked. So I've been really prepared. I mean, I had things already purchased. I had everything we needed.
Under the state's guidelines, Melanie Hall now has to wear a mask and gloves, change smocks between clients, and clean constantly.
In the back of your mind, remembering, okay, am I doing everything I'm supposed to? Am I following the state's requirements? So that's stressful.
All personal care services, like color therapy, need to space clients out.
That's our chair. We moved it so nobody would use this middle station here.
And stylists shifted their schedules.
Like, I'm the only one in here today.
Even with a few appointments a day and the added cost of protective gear, Hall still feels ready.
It is costly, but it's more costly to not be getting paid. I have yet to get any unemployment.
Restrictions were also pulled back for restaurants and bars. Customers can sit inside again, as long as groups are limited. Workers wear masks and people stay 6 feet apart.
I think we'll see maybe 20 people on the inside.
At this point, Ricardo's in Lake Oswego doesn't expect drop-ins.
We'll definitely stay on the downside for now, and it's probably better.
A new norm for the well-established restaurant.
We are prepared. We are, as prepared as we can be, because we thought about this for a long time. Even though it was quick, we're ready.
Verdict Bar and Grill owner Jake Joy says he had to reopen out of necessity.
We're a small little basement bar, and we only have so much room, so it's a little nerve-wracking. We're pretty much going to rely on to-go sales still, though, because we can only fit 5 tables.
Hours will be limited, with less staff on deck.
Well, service is definitely going to be slow.
But Joy expects a line out the door this weekend.
There's a big buzz going around Oregon City of who's going to be open, what's going to be going on.
Gyms can also open with restrictions. Better Body Fitness Northwest scrambled to flip the switch Saturday.
Just been waiting, thinking that we were probably a good week to maybe 2 weeks out. We're excited to get started. We're still trying to clean up. We're still trying to move some stuff for the flow to work, but we're excited and ready for business.
Clackamas County had to meet a number of prerequisites to get here, like a decline in cases, enough hospital capacity, and PPE for healthcare workers, and a contact tracing system. Counties hang out in Phase 1 for at least 3 weeks before they can apply for Phase 2. For the businesses I talked to,
we're just looking to get comfortable with our situation for now.
that's all right.
We are all going to have a lot of fun tonight because
I think so too.
it'll be
Like homecoming.
yeah, homecoming.
This will be the new norm, and we'll get the hang of it, and it'll be fine.
Morgan Romero, KGW News.
We're all getting a hang of it together. Thanks so much, Morgan. Now, Clackamas County's application shows they only have 21 of the 63 contact tracers needed, but the state says that's okay because the county has enough for the current number of cases and a plan in place to bring on more. In Oregon, only Washington and Multnomah counties have yet to enter Phase 1. Washington County applied to enter Phase 1 yesterday. If approved, county leaders hope to be able to open on June 1st. As for Multnomah County, leaders still are not giving a date yet for when they plan to apply. Multnomah County has met some of the reopening requirements, but the problem is it only has about a third of the contact tracers it needs. Meanwhile, in Washington state, more counties, including Cowlitz, are now approved to move on to Phase 2 of Governor Jay Inslee's Safe Start plan. Wahkiakum and Skamania are also among the 21 counties in this next phase. The application from Clark County is on pause. That's until more discussion can take place next week as health officials investigate a COVID-19 outbreak at a frozen fruit processing plant in Vancouver. Speaking of, at least 38 workers at that plant have tested positive. The first case at Firestone Pacific Foods was confirmed midday Sunday. The company learned of 2 more later that afternoon. The plant shut down Monday, but the infection rate among employees keeps growing. According to Clark County health officials, at least 1 worker has been hospitalized. Aside from the health sector, this may be the Portland area's biggest workplace outbreak we've seen so far. Well, turning now to weather, it was a really nice start to the long holiday weekend. A little cool, some clouds, but people were taking advantage of newly opened beaches. Right here, this was Cannon Beach earlier this evening. Pretty lovely to look at, right? But a reminder, Governor Brown and more than 24 mayors are encouraging people to stay local and not crowd those known touristy spots. So let's bring in Joe Ranieri, because Joe, we're expecting pretty decent weather for the remainder of our Memorial holiday weekend. It keeps feeling weird that, yes, we are in a holiday weekend right now.
I know. Our whole world has felt odd the last 2.5, almost going on 3 months. But, you know, that's a good point. Just kind of enjoy the beauty of the Northwest from a distance here. Of course, we are going to be seeing pleasant conditions heading into the next couple of days. It was only in the low 60s for our daytime highs. We should be a little bit warmer for this time of year. We will be a little bit warmer tomorrow. As we look at the futurecast, Brittany, we'll put this into motion. There'll be a weak disturbance that brushes by mainly along the Oregon coast and the southwest Washington area late tonight and into tomorrow, bringing in some light precipitation. Rainfall amounts are going to be very light and it won't be impacting us at all here in the metro area. And coming up in the detailed forecast, I'll let you know what you can expect to see the next couple of days and when we'll be really seeing a warm up. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right. Thanks so much, Joe. Well, to an update now. The intersection at Southeast 112th and Flavel Street is back open after a crash earlier tonight. A Portland police patrol vehicle collided with another car at the intersection, causing the police vehicle to flip several times. It landed on its roof. The other car had damage to its front end, and the woman inside was taken to urgent care. Portland police say the officer was taken to the hospital, but has since been released. Hopefully everybody's doing okay.